it's a deconverted man camera. Do I want the deconverted man camera on? I guess. I mean, I'm on. Deconverted man here. So, let me get my camera going. Oh, that's an interesting thing. Look at that. That's really neat. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, there I am. Hi. Oh, yes. There I am. Hi. So, no, I'm not leaving atheism. Sorry, clickbaity title, right? But I got an email from somebody that was a regular poster on my channel saying that they are done with atheism content on YouTube. They weren't unsubscribing or anything like that, but they were just done interacting with atheist stuff. And basically, there's no reason to continue to interact with it from their view. It's like there's other things that threaten Western civilization. I asked them what, but they didn't tell me. So maybe they just said that and didn't mean that they believe that. I don't know. But they, I was like, is anything wrong? Did something happen? Why are they bored with it? What's going on? And I don't know because they didn't tell me. So I'm left speculating, I suppose. Now, they mentioned that a relative of theirs believes in God and said, well, what would be the point? I can't convince them that there isn't a God. And even if I did, what would that do? How would that help humanity, if you will? They didn't say that, but I'm adding that. What good would it do? I don't know if it would do good or not do good for one less person to believe in God. I don't try to deconvert people. I want people to learn informal logic. And if they deconvert because of that, well, okay, so be it. I've only known one person to deconvert, and that was because of somebody else's efforts and not mine. I tried to talk to that individual. I just couldn't get it set up to talk to them. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it's for the best, It's just like, whatever. It's just kind of, I don't know, odd. So there is this idea of that atheism as a effort is not working or has stopped working or is getting dull and repetitive, and it's time to leave it behind and do something else. And Inspiring Philosophy wrote a post that was just so bad, begging people to quit, basically, to leave him alone, leave those Christians, those poor Christians alone. Stop arguing about God because it doesn't matter, And so, but I've seen every now and then I've seen people say, what does it matter? I don't know if it does or doesn't. But does the truth matter? I believe the truth absolutely matters. And so one person in your life that happens to be related to you, or maybe they're not, but they believe in God, and you couldn't convince them otherwise. Well, I don't know if you could or couldn't. Who knows? But what difference would that make? Who knows? But they would have the truth. They would have that this idea isn't true. So that would be of some value to them. But you're taking away their happy faith that they have right now. Sure, but it's going to be replaced, but you don't know that. So well, but you find something to replace it with. Hey, here's Cosmos. Watch that. That's pretty uplifting as a series, but that might not be enough, right? So there's no assurance that they get a happy thing to replace their current happy belief, but that doesn't make it true. And isn't the truth more valuable than happy feelings? I think it is. But it's hard to put yourself in the position of, I'm going to do or say something that's going to take away somebody's happiness and replace it with just the bitter truth of reality. There's no God. When you die, you're just dead. Ugh. Well, that sucks. Thanks. You ruined my day, right? You've ruined my whole life now. What do I do? Despair. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's no God. So what? There's no afterlife. I mean, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. If there is or isn't one, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I can't desire it to be true, and it's just poof. Now it's true. Um, I would hope for something, but that doesn't make it real. So what's the point? I don't know. I don't know what the point is. If nobody believed in God, nobody had this afterlife beliefs or any other supernatural paranormal beliefs, wouldn't the world be dull? No, it'd be still be interesting. There'd still be conflicts. There'd still be things to overcome. I don't know that people would be more scientifically inclined or not. I have no idea what that world would look like. I guess we can get some clues from looking at countries with large populations of not necessarily atheists, but people that don't have religion, and see how well they're doing and see if their science and technology has advanced more than anyone else's. Uh, because we're still going to specialize. You're still going to get into the field that you're interested in or able to do, or a combination thereof. So, not everybody's going to become a scientist. So, it's not like we're guaranteeing a better world. But the flip side is also true. We're not guaranteeing a worse world. Certainly, we can picture a world ruled by any religion at all. And we know what that looks like already from history. So we know that's bad. And as far as trying to rule the world with atheism, that's not even a thing. But we do know that stripping people of the legal ability to have a religion is bad, because limiting freedom is bad. So, you know, I don't know on an individual basis that somebody's deconversion matters in the broad scheme of things. Who knows? They might go on to write a really good book about their journey and deconvert a lot of other people. And you might say, well, so what? Well, that could change things. It could change all sorts of things, because your perspective changes when you lose a belief. You gain new beliefs. You gain new ideas. You gain new insights and new ways of thinking about things. But you remain the same to some degree. The essence of you remains. I've always enjoyed making YouTube stuff. That didn't change when I started focusing on Deconverted Man. I started making, when I started YouTube, I did silly, pointless videos because I was trying to get noticed and be popular and get attention. And I found a YouTube creator who I hounded and chased down and was trying to ride his coattails, and it didn't work. And it didn't work because they weren't really interested in becoming that famous themselves, and didn't really necessarily want input from outside of how to run their business or website or whatever. And I'm just doing it, out of my own self glorification, and that's not ever going to turn out well. But also I liked them. I thought they were interesting, and I wanted to create stuff. I wanted to make something. At the same time, I didn't go after Channel Awesome when it was a website, because I couldn't think of anything really to do there. Um, so it's like I wanted to do my own thing, but be famous for that. And I didn't know what my own thing was. And also I had Infinite Hope that I would do on the side. And Infinite Hope was less energy taken than the other side was. So when I left both of those behind to do Deconverted Man, my creative energies and all that went into this, for better or worse. And I knew I would never be big, but I got a good number of people, subs, whatever that means. I don't know that that matters that much in the long run because those accounts might be long gone for all I know. But here's another number that I now know isn't engaging with my content because they've left the YouTuberverse. If they've gone on to this thing called the real world, at least I do. Maybe you don't, but separate the online world from the this, you know. Uh, but the internet is part of the real world, but it is different. The trusted ape. I know this person. They chat and we've interacted. I've been on their channel at least once, and they've been on my channel at least once. I'm pretty sure, maybe not now. I don't. I've had too many people that I don't remember what I've done at this point, right? But when I see their face and I hear them talking, that is different than seeing their screen name. Something in my brain interacts with that differently, and you interact differently. I think people interact. If I'm this, that's different than me being this, right? There's a different feeling there, right? Anyway, and I know this is kind of just in the ether pontificating on what does any of this have to do with leaving atheism. Don't worry, I do tangents, but I get back on track. It all makes sense eventually. I don't script out my thing. It's a generation of the ideas, because leaving the internet is something I've seen people do because they're tired of it, they're sick of it. They left Facebook, they left X or Twitter, they left MySpace back in the day. That was and then you never see them again, right? So what happened? And then they come back. They make a video like, "Oh my God, where have you been?" A capricious black box guy. I was like, "Dude, I got to interview you. We have to do this because he was gone. Now he's back, and he's kind of back, but he doesn't really know what he's going to do with his channel. And he's an interesting person, I think. And well, so atheism. What is atheism? What does that mean? What is making atheist content like? Well, it's making fun of religion broadly, but specifically going after Christians because they're an easy target, and they also make the content. Islam doesn't really make that much content, and when they do, it's not in English, so it's very hard to interact with that. And then Hindus, they hardly make any content at all. And then again, when they do, it's not in English. So, and then what? Other religions don't really seem to make any videos at all. So there's hardly anything to talk about there. And then, of course, there's the social side, the political side of stuff, which I hate politics because politics acts like a religion. There's us versus them mentality. And some of the most sensible people that I know on the internet lose their bloody bleeping mind when it comes to politics. This one guy that's like a scientifically minded guy, I won't say who, and you'll have your guess, but that's fine. Said all the people that voted for a certain person, you can guess who, are racist. They're all racist. They're all evil, vile scum, and screw them. And I'm not going to be nice to them. I'm not going to reach out an olive branch. I'm not going to ever say anything good about them. And I'm like, wow, man, that's some vitriol, just venom that you have there. And do you think that that's really going to convince people to not vote for when is the last time that insulting somebody ever changed their mind, right? And I see people post the letters MAGA and say all sorts of things about the people that are MAGA, the MAGA people. and they're evil. Oh, they're all evil. They're all doing all the bad things. They're the scum of the world, and they're the reason why we can't have good things and nice cookies. And the MAGA, they're like maggots. I'm like, all of them? How do you know when a person's MAGA? What makes a person MAGA? And then you've got crazy stuff like there was an LGBT bar or whatever it was, club, I don't know. And they're like, we're going to ban people from coming in that wear MAGA. I'm like, nobody was coming in that wore MAGA. But the comments were like, yeah, so much for inclusiveness, because here's this LGBT thing that's supposedly about inclusiveness becoming exclusive, because some of our members get upset when they see that being worn. Like, dude, you're getting upset over a shirt or a hat? What's wrong with you? Go get a psychologist. You need help. But even saying that, like, I'm commenting on it, right? So I'm putting my idea out there. And now somebody that disagrees with me is going to eat me because I dared to have an idea that they didn't agree with. And I can't apply logic to that realm. And I don't understand that realm of politics. I don't know anything about politics. I don't want to know anything about my ideas. I don't know. I want to know some stuff, but I'm not in that realm. I'm apolitical. I don't care. Whoever runs the country, I don't know that it matters. It's the same old, same old. It's always somebody rich that's running things. I would run for president myself, but I don't have the money. Plus, they'd probably invent some dirt on me if they want to get rid of me, or they'd find the actual dirt that's out there. Either way, I'm screwed. So whether they invent the dirt or find the dirt, I'm screwed. So I don't want to do that. But my slogan would be great. My campaign would be running on that. I don't know what I'm doing, but at least I'm honest. I don't think I'd get that many votes. But anyways, so leaving atheism behind, right? You're like, oh, man, you're all over the place. Yeah, but look, there's only so many things to talk about, right? You talk about video games, you can, talk about music, there's a lot of things, but there's only so many things that I want to talk about and that I'm good to talking about. And logic is my thing, right? So you either are a person that enjoys logic or not, and enjoys my insanity or not, and so you're either going to enjoy my content or not, right? And that's fine. And I yeah, sounds like the platform. Yeah. Parasocial, yeah, we're in this sort of weird parasocial relationship online with each other, even though we interact with each other. Although I don't remember if I've gotten an email back from Nerdy. No, he's emailed me a few times, usually to tell me like I'm insane, I think. I love Nerdy. I come up with insane ideas to email him, and I think he doesn't know what to do with that, and that's fine, because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I emailed Aaron Raw, the one wacky email I emailed him. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, never mind. It was just like, I was listening to his, and this is a complete tangent from the topic. Bear with me. I know I'm going on another tangent. But my idea, I was listening to Jesus having all these brothers, and then they're not the brother. And so I was going to have like a family tree. And I was gonna like have Jesus be on this family tree and people drop in, and it was just too many things and I couldn't do it. And like I wanted to, I saw it perfectly in my head, but I didn't have it in me to really do it. So I was like, yeah, never mind that idea. It's just pretend I didn't email you that. So. Anyways, back to the thing. Leaving atheism, right? So this person's leaving, they're tired of, what point what does it matter? I don't know. I never knew. I didn't know as Infinite Hope, and I don't know as Deconverted Man. I don't know what difference we make in this world, if any. But I guess I do have a belief in that. I believe that the truth matters. And so even if you don't convince your relative or your loved one or whatever that there isn't a God, which I'm not even sure that's my position, like there isn't Yahweh. So I guess that would negate Christianity. But I'm okay with people believing it as long as they don't say it's real. As long as it's just a faith. Like if they say, I believe God, that's fine. When they say there is a God, there's a problem. And I guess I have a problem when people have ideas that they're not willing to question. This is, this person, Trump, whatever, is evil. Like, completely evil? Like, is there anything good that they did? I mean, like, didn't, Trump release the JFK files? Oh, well, anybody could have done that. Yeah, but nobody else did. Well, he did that to distract people. Oh, so it's still evil. It's like, yeah, if you want somebody to be evil, you can make them evil, I guess. But why? Like, it's just some dude. Like, who, I don't, he's got a family. You think he's evil with the family? Well, So I remember doing a challenge. I said, hey, say something nice about Trump. Because everybody was talking about him way back when he was president the first time. And people were like, I was like, yeah. But that's the idea is challenge your own idea, right? Whatever that is, whatever it is that you believe is true. If you're unwilling or unable to challenge it, that can be a problem, I think. Because it's going to be that idea that's, if that's wrong, then what? And yes, you can challenge the idea that challenging ideas is a good or bad thing. But you run that thing once and it works. Like, is challenging a good ideas good? Well, if it's not good, then I should never challenge my ideas. So asking if I should challenge the idea was also bad, so I should never do that. But the fact that I'm wanting to ask whether or not challenging ideas is good or bad suggests that challenging good ideas is good, because otherwise I wouldn't ask the question. So is it okay to leave atheism, and not in the sense of reconverting, but in leaving behind YouTube content to I can't say that it's good or bad. I don't know. And especially for somebody that's just like posts stuff rather than makes videos, like I don't know how much of an impact that person has. But I do know this. I will miss them. I will miss reading their comments to me. And so that's an impact that they had upon me, if nothing more. And that mattered to me, if no one else. So that's something. It's not nothing. So I can't tell you to stay the course and to keep making content or keep making posts or combination thereof. I can't tell you that it's going to wind up in a grand utopia, because I don't know. Nobody knows. But I can tell you that the truth matters. And we must, I believe, advocate for the truth whenever, wherever we possibly can, because, well, it matters that it's real and true. Because the truth can get us somewhere. Now, maybe it won't get us somewhere good, but lies definitely will get us somewhere bad. So we don't need to lie to each other or ourselves. And it's hard to be honest. It is. But let's make that effort. So I'm going to miss this guy that's leaving the content behind and, in a sense, leaving atheism in a way. And I hope that people don't do that. Because we need your voice. We need your ideas. We need your thoughts, whether they be in written format on some blog or a book or a journal article or something, whatever. Or if you make a video, just audio, whatever you can do, We need you to do it. I say the world needs you. We need your ideas because your ideas are different than my ideas. Your way of approaching it is different than my way of approaching it. And there's room for everyone. And isn't the truth worth figuring out together? Which is something I think that we can only do together. And there's a value to that. There's a value to what you do. And if for no one else, I like what you do. So my opinion is really cool, and therefore you should keep doing it. So yeah, even if you won't do what I want you to do, even though I beg and plead you to make me anime girls. Sorry, I'm drifting off into what I want Nerdy Rodent to do for me. What about Trusty Ape? What about him? I don't remember. What can he do for me? Make a voiceover? Oh, yeah, you could do that. I don't know what about. All right. I'll come up with some pretend thing I want Trusty Ape to do for me at some point, so I can put that in this video. I'll edit that in later. Slave? Shit. Anyways, I enjoy you guys and girls and robots that are out there. Don't leave atheism behind. More importantly, don't leave me behind because I need you. I need you. I need you. I'm all right, that's it. I've got this. All right, thanks, guys. That's all. I told you I would make this video, though, if you were here last time. So I made it. So there you go. Okay. But seriously, Nerdy Rodent, I demand you make me an anime girl that I can manipulate and make her do whatever I want. I'll pay you. No, I shouldn't put that in the video. Oh God, I'm live. I keep forgetting.